Hi, thank you for tuning in. This is Ryan with Sound is the Way. So today I feel prompted to speak on some clarifying thoughts on karma and reincarnation. So this is something I've been doing a dive in really for the past few years. So let's begin with karma, actually. So karma is this idea that everything is in perfect balance. If you can imagine, use all of your brain power for this, a place where everything is perfectly still, perfectly stagnant, right? It seems so strange. All of nature is in constant motion. But let's be in this place of pure stillness. There's still stuff, it's just not moving. You can see particles of space dust, you can see bits of light, the ether, some physical matter, some blobs of energy, and it's all there. None of it's moving. Except for me. Me being the you that is listening, and me that is talking. In this, envision that you touch a particle, and that zips off across the universe with the force of the energy that you put behind it. This is, in effect, karma. As I push on that particle in space, I push away from it as well. So I send the particle in one direction, I send me in another direction. This is cause and effect, reaping and sowing. What I do unto another will be done unto me. As I push against this thing, it is pushing against me. I am sending us both in opposite directions. And I have now allowed for that thing to happen to me. So not only does it happen once, the initial action of me pushing against it, I am saying unto the universe that this is now an acceptable movement for other particles as I see it. How many particles am I hitting or pushing against with my back now that with my hand I've pushed that one particle and sent it across the universe? And I'm thrown backwards as an equal and opposite reaction. So now imagine that all of these particles are actually in movement, and now there are an infinite amount of people in consciousness, awareness, that is enacting their ability, their free will, on the matter, the reality, the energy around them. And we are all doing this dance where the cause and effects are happening at once, simultaneously, and exchanging. Right? So this is, I think, a good place for karma. It is the golden rule. What I do is done unto me. In each life, we have opportunities to explore with that karma polarity. This idea that there is a good opportunity in front of me, a good choice, a good thing to be done, or something that is of a lower vibration, a lower threshold, where it can cause harm perhaps, or makes people feel sad, anything that you would associate with feeling low, right? And through these lives, we accumulate karma. And what that means is that these actions perhaps take so long to get back to us that we die before that action, that energy is returned to us. Our spirit is aware of this action, this energy, and knows that in order for it to be experienced, it has to be experienced fully in the physical, the place where it was seen, which is the place where we find ourselves a lot of the time, right? We're in the third dimension. We think and explore physically a lot. And this is a good place for us to be as we are moving up into more spiritual dimensions and realms. So we have to experience it physically, because that is the realm in which we felt it greatest, the cause. Even though everything is happening throughout all the dimensions and realms, we are associating that action, that push, with our physical minds, our physical bodies. So we must experience it physically. but that action took too long. I'm dead. Now what do? All right, I reincarnate. So there's cycles, lessons that we want to learn, experiences we want to feel throughout all of these actions that we are taking. So now I'm in a new life, and that karma, that action, good or bad, is coming back to me based off the polarity of what that thing is as I viewed it in the moment I sent it off. It's going to return to me. You are not going to experience all of the karma of every action you've ever made in one life. And by that I mean you're not going to solve all of your karma in one life. You're going to experience it in lots of lives. And a good way to think about this is actually kind of like a video game. As we spawn in, imagine like a free roam, like a Zelda, right? So where you are, who you're helping, what it is you're doing, is the vibe in which you are playing the game. We're going over here, or let's think of was it the Legends of Morrowind? That one you can kind of choose if you're going to be helpful, or like you can murder people, which is perhaps more realistic. Legend of Zelda, you can only be helpful, as far as I understand. Like Elder Scrolls, one of these free roam games where you can be kind of a nuisance, or you can choose your own path. And where you put down the game, let's imagine you're fighting a giant boss, and he's too tough, and you just can't beat it, so you put down the game. You just get tired. So imagine that's the point in which you die in this reality. There's this thing that you can't overcome. In the next life, you're going to be exploring that thing, perhaps. So when you're exploring in a life, let's say you're exploring, let's do like the sciences or grammar. If you put down a grammar game in one life, you're going to explore grammar again in another life. It doesn't have to be the next one. In one life, you may be exploring math. At the time that you put the game down, you're going to be exploring that math in a different life. So part of what you want to do, perhaps, in this reality, is to figure out which karma you are exploring or overcoming. Is it good, negative, whatever that is? How am I exploring it? What game did I put down in previous lives that I'm trying to actively explore in this life to get greater wisdom? There are a few ways to do this. I will give one option that is for perhaps more my bullheaded people. If you like banging your head against a problem until you solve it, that has been my method for a lot of life. I'm constantly overcoming this. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to have it all happen at once. But if that is kind of where you find yourself, you resonate with that, I just want to get it over with. I respect it. What you do is enter into a meditative state, a place of peace, a place of calm. Call on any helpers you feel, any spiritual helpers, any ancestors, any guides from other dimensions, other lives, and state unto them that you wish to experience the karma that is due to you in this life immediately. Say, I am ready for my karma. I want it to unfold now. They will respect it. The lords of karma will then interact with your helpers, your guides, and guide unto you the karma that best serves you to learn about it. The last 2 times I've done this has involved me getting into a car wreck. And a great deal of spiritual growth as well. So it's not just that you're calling forth perhaps negative experiences, but you're calling forth all of your karma, both the good and the bad. You can do this exact same thing, calling forth your karma, and ask for it to be given unto you in a way that you think best suits you. So for me, I wanted in those moments, those instances, to experience it immediately. So I called forth for it immediately, and I experienced it relatively soon, within weeks. I had. From the time that it happened, I was involved in a major wreck the first time, then kind of a fender bender more recently. I'll speak more on this in another video, I think. There's some more on that, on those specific instances, I'll say. So from there, we're going to feel out what it is that's coming towards us and how that can reveal itself to us and what it is that we're exploring in this life. Done with that. We're going to leave that alone. Just put that down, put that in a box. We'll open it up again later. Side note, Lords of Karma is this group of ascended masters, of those in the angelic realms, of wise and loving consciousness that is aware of your karma, that is aware of every action that is being taken all at once. In a moment of prayerfulness or your inner wisdom, calling forth to them and asking for them to guide you is going to be your best bet. Their whole job is to help guide your karma in a way that it is to be of most use, to be the best teacher for you. Sometimes there's only so much they can do because we all have free will, and we can kind of dodge or get out of the way of our karma for a time as we're feeling kind of scrambly or antsy. This actually just makes it more painful in the long run. Their whole mission, Lords of Karma, as our perspective of them, our relationship with them is for them to allow our doings to return to us in a way that is most beneficial for us and those around us. Explore that concept in meditation or prayer if you want. It is for me, it has been a rewarding experience. All right. This is all under the umbrella assumption, belief that I hold, that reincarnation is real, that we are going through these cycles of life. With each life, we are exploring concepts, ideas in this dimension of reality, this third dimension, that we wish to take this wisdom with us back up into higher realms. And that happens in a cyclical nature. I think that's a good place to leave it. I'm going to sit in a moment of silence and feel for anything else. I think we touched on this briefly in the beginning, and we will do so again. As part of our karma and what we're doing daily, our daily karma, take it seriously. What you are putting out, you are receiving. Be aware of these patterns, these habits of what it is that you do and how it returns back to you. And the energy that you send that signal is the energy that will be received. When I send out love and the frequency of appreciation, of gratitude, of thankfulness, that will be returned to me tenfold in this life. And the sooner I recognize that, the things that I'm sending out, I'm also receiving, the easier it is for me to change them. Not that they're good or bad one way or the other. I can explore them consciously. I can alter them if I will. See if maybe I can wash the dishes a little differently today. Maybe more love in my scrubbing. What does that look like? This will bring daily rewards to you. All right, with that, I will leave you. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Ryan with Sound is the Way. Have a beautiful day.